ongoing, the law of attraction is operational. When you're thinking about the past, present, or the future, the law of attraction is working. It's an ongoing process. You don't press pause, you don't press stop. It is forever in action.
All right, that's Lisa Nichols talking about the highly successful film, the book, The Secret, also known as The Law of Attraction. And we know Jodi Arias followed this religiously during a relationship with Travis Alexander. She talked about it during the trial. We'll let Lisa hear a little bit of that. She's one of the featured contributors, by the way, behind the philosophy. Her latest book, No Matter What, is a guide to leading a happier and more fulfilling life. And Lisa joins us now. All right, Lisa. You know, we followed this case so intently. We've seen Jodi Arias and heard her talk about the law of attraction. But what is the law of attraction? Give us the definition.
Well, the law of attraction really speaks to what you think about, you bring about, that your life is being formed by your thoughts. However, what I realize is that a lot of people just take it just flatline literal. You have to be in action. So it's not just about sitting on a couch and every single thought you have is going to come to fruition. You are an active part of your joy. You're an active part of your misery. So you have to be in action about it. So the law of attraction really speaks to the fact that you are creating your future based on your thoughts and your actions.
And your actions, not
yes.
just thoughts. No, that's a key point there. All right, I mentioned Jodi Arias. Here she is talking about the law of attraction. She's trying to explain it in court. Lisa, let's listen to it. We'll get your take coming out.
All right.
One of the things that the law of attraction encourages is when you're in a relationship with somebody to focus only on their good qualities, and more of those good qualities will come forth in the relationship as opposed to the negative qualities. When you're harping on somebody's faults all the time, those seem bigger than the qualities that you're looking for.
Lisa, you agree with that? You're in a relationship with somebody, focus on their positive, more of their positive side will come out. True or false?
Yes, but you have to think about the first law of nature is self-preservation. If you're in an unhealthy relationship that's dangerous to you, then you want to make sure that you're safe first. So she's inside of what she said, an unhealthy, abusive relationship, and yet she's trying to bring forth this positive thoughts. You need to get to safety, honey. If that's the case, you need to stop and use this thing called common sense. If he's abusing you, if that's the case, then the foundation isn't a healthy foundation for a relationship. So you can't just will him to make better decisions. You have to first think practical. Does this make sense? Is this safe for me? If the answer is no, then the action that's attached to the law of attraction is to get out, if that's the case.
So as you hear her talking about it, is common sense, you're not lost in her application of the law of attraction?
No, and what I found over the last few years since the book came out and the DVD came out is that a lot of people use the law of attraction as a way to not be responsible for their life. I'm just going to sit and think. I'm going to will good things to me. No, you have to be responsible for your own rescue. And in this case, it sounds like she just thought if I think it, something will happen. No, you need to be practical. You need to ask for help. You need to reach out to someone. You need to get out of this relationship. It requires action as well as thought. And that's the part that's missing here.
Got it. Okay. And a key part of this trial is she claims that Travis Alexander is looking at pictures of a young boy in underwear, and that after that she gets abused, but does not write about it in her journal. She doesn't want the negativity around it. Let's listen to that explanation, and we'll get your take on that, Lisa.
I felt like by photographing something or documenting it or writing it down, it solidifies it and it brings it more into, well, it was very much reality, but it solidifies it more and begets more of that stuff. And that's something that I was hoping would go away.
So how does the law of attraction apply here? Would you not write a traumatic thing like that in your journal because you don't want negative energy coming your way?
Well, you know, when I read this part of her testimony, it was incongruent for me. I mean, she was writing everything else down. All of a sudden, you stop writing this. So my question became, what was the incongruency? That's just my personal opinion. What was the incongruency? And then secondly, she said reality. And there's a key word there because it feels like there's part that's reality and then the other part is kind of wishful thinking. The law of attraction that's not hokey pokey. That's not woo woo. It's just it's common law, if you believe things and you say things, then you're really going to move in that direction. But if you are not believing it, or if you're believing something that's unrealistic, are you really rooted in reality in the first place? When I look at her writing in her journals and hear her testimony, it seems like there's just this piece that's going between being reality-based and then being dream-based. And when do we sit inside responsibility? And so I always say you are the first part of your own rescue. You are the first part of your rescue.
And the law of attraction would not tell you to ignore something traumatic in your life, right?
No, not at all. Denial, there's no freedom in denial. There's no bliss in denial. Not at all. The law of attraction is being responsible for your thoughts. So it's not wishful thinking, it's being responsible for your thoughts, but also being responsible for your future. If you're not safe, you need to get to safety. If you're in misery, you need to get to joy. If you're unsafe, you need to get to safety. I mean, it doesn't go back and forth. There's no magic wand. There's no sprinkle fairy dust. There's no saving grace. You are your rescue.
How about that? Weigh in on that. That's the kind of clarity we need. You don't even need a yoga headstand, huh? We're taking your calls. It's open mic 1-877-TEL-HLN. Can't wait to hear.